Hi, this is Sean Weaver with Six String Country, and in this lesson we'll be taking a look at the Scottish folk song, The Water is Wide. And I'll be taking you through the tune in 3 keys, starting you out in the key of D, and the guitar will be in drop D tuning. I'm going to play this arrangement with the capo on the 2nd fret as well. And from D we'll move into the key of G, and then we'll finish things off in the key of C. It's an intermediate level arrangement. And I took a lot of ideas for the first half of the arrangement from my late friend Pete Hutlinger, who's a remarkable guitar player and a beautiful soul. I encourage all of you to go check out his recordings, check him out on YouTube, and he was a great inspiration to many of us and a good friend to the Fingerstyle guitar community. But with that in mind, let's get started and get into this arrangement. As we get into this arrangement, remembering that the guitar is in drop D and the capo is on the 2nd fret, although you can play this with your capo on any fret you would like or no capo at all. And when you see the tablature below this video player, as would be standard, 0 just refers to the open string. So if I have a capo on, now wherever the capo is at becomes fret 0. 5th fret to 7th fret to 12th fret, back to the 7th fret of the 3rd string, back to the 12th fret of the 2nd string, back to the 7th fret of the 4th string, back to the 12th fret of the 3rd string, back to the 7th fret of the 5th string, back to the 12th fret of the 4th string. So I'd like to play that for you really slowly right now. And in the tab, it's very rubato how that is. It's not in strict tempo when we start that out. Really, if you're going off of the click, which we will be working with once we get into the end of these sections, you'll hear me play this nice and slowly with a click. But really, even when you're playing this at a performance tempo, that first part, it's very rubato. It's where you feel it at. I played it a bit faster there in the jam along, but it's going to be wherever you interpret it at. And then once you're done with this nice free intro, which I'll conclude with some fretted notes, then I'm going to get into a strict tempo and establishing a real tempo that we'll stick to. So, that was the end of the first section we just looked at, and then So that right there is, I'm gonna have my first finger, and there's a little rearranging of the left hand here because when I finish, you'll see that I got my second finger there at the 3rd fret. Well, when I do the D arpeggio, I'm probably gonna want my second finger at the 2nd fret of the high E string, my 3rd finger at the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and my 1st finger at the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. So I'm gonna have to rearrange my hand. And you see that just happens like that, because I'm still out of tempo. So I got a little bit of time to rearrange into that shape, and then my fingers are already in position to just get all those notes that you see in the tab. And that's 2nd fret, 3rd string, 3rd fret, 2nd string, open 3rd string, and open 2nd string. And that brings us up to measure 4, where we're going to get into the bulk of the tune. And it is a pickup measure in the melody. That's how the tune begins. The words will be, "The water is wide." And that corresponds, that little section corresponds to "The water is." So again, I've said this in earlier videos, but always be cognizant of what the words are to a tune. This really helps in playing solo guitar. So it's just open 6th string. It's a lot of open strings ringing. Open 6th string, open 5th string, open 4th string, open 3rd string. And then I'm gonna resolve that, because if I just left the open 3rd string ringing, that's not part of a D chord. The D chord really needs that pitch. That's what makes it a D chord. So again, there's a lot to say about that theoretically speaking, but for now, just know open 3rd string is going to resolve to the 4th fret of the 3rd string. And then it sounds like a D. So to the 2nd fret, to the open, back to the 4th fret of the 5th string. So the whole thing is descending. Imagine a bass player. It's ascending, then it's descending. So now to keep that melody ringing while I'm doing this, I'm gonna have to work with my pinky a lot. So I'm gonna. So all this is going to go on melodically with the open string and the pinky and the index finger, because my 3rd finger and my 2nd finger are going to be spoken for with the harmony and with the melody. The melody being and the harmony being on the 2nd string. And you see this in your tablature, but that's between the 4th fret and the 2nd fret, where I need the fretted pitches. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we're gonna go. Well, that's the same set of shapes and the same moves really as in measure 5, and it's gonna be this chord. So 9th fret on the 6th string and the open 4th string. And then the rest will be just this shape. 7th fret, 7th fret, 10th fret. And the pattern will be 6th string and 1st string, 4th string, 3rd string, 2nd string, 1st string, 3rd string, 2nd string, 3rd string. This is all in your tablature again, but just to make it very clear here on the video for you. So 6th and 1st together, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, 3rd, 2nd, 3rd. Yeah. And then we're going to move on to measure 45. Okay. So that sounds melodically a bit like what we did earlier in measure 29, where actually that's not what we did in 29. I just played Pete's lick. That's what I did for you. But anyhow, same concept. It's the same harmony, which they're the James Taylor chords. So, 45 and 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 all that's happened here in measure 45 is the thing has been transposed up the neck of the guitar because we're in a different key. We're in the key of G now. So the way I want to get that is it's going to be critical which fingers you use in your left hand to make this happen and to have it sound and ring nice and cleanly. So now we'll take a look at it to tempo. Again, I'll be starting you one measure early for the lead in. So that'll be in measure 51 on your tab.